Hello guys, this is History Nuggets, and today we are going to be talking about the Aleutian Island Campaign of the Pacific Theater of World War II. The Aleutian Islands Campaign was fought from June 3rd, 1942, all the way until August 1943. It was the only campaign of World War II actually fought on North American ground. To begin, we talk about the preparation of the attacks, beginning before World War II, when the Imperial Japanese gathered plenty of information to build up an attack on the Alaskan front. Admirals Isoroku Yamamoto and Bashiro Hosogawa began supplying a fleet of 2 aircraft carriers, 5 cruisers, 12 destroyers, and 6 submarines. With this in mind, Hosogawa began his attack in Dutch Harbor. The attack on Dutch Harbor began with a 2-day-long aerial bombing, the first in North American history. Only half the bombs reached their objectives, however. 17 Japanese planes would then locate and begin engaging at enemies, but would be quickly hit hard by tough American anti-air resistance, causing them to retreat. The 4th of June saw the return of the Japanese to Dutch Harbor. With an actual organized plan this time, they successfully destroyed much of the docks and oil storage tanks. Following the attack on Dutch Harbor, an amphibious attack would begin upon Adak Island, where no one was actually there. They then replanned their goofy mistake and attacked Kiska and Attu, both islands of the Aleutian Campaign. These attacks began on June 6th and June 7th, a major shock to the American public, the first invasion since the War of 1812. The Japanese at first fought only the Aleutes, however. This invasion prompted the USA policy of internment camps for Ugandan civilians. The American Defense Force of Japan was 45,000 men, with about 13,000 at Fort Randall, as well as the 2 Aleutian bases of Dutch Harbor and Unalaska Island. There also were 2,300 planes located in Alaska. On the 31st of August, 1942, the American counterattack began at Adak Island. While this was going on, Kiska saw the American Air Force harass Kiska to keep them busy. These air raids saw the Japanese struggle heavily to keep air raids. As a result, the Japanese were not able to fight the Americans in Adak, resulting in their evacuation. After this evacuation, the Japanese had plans to occupy either the islands of Semichis or Amchitka, but the plans never truly went through. The Americans, however, successfully occupied Amchitka and built an airstrip. This new airstrip helped attack the Americans in many different ways, mainly hampering communications as well as helping formulate plans to retake the islands. Major naval victories also occurred, the main victory being the sinking of the main ship of the Japanese of the region Kiska Harbor, as well as overseeing the deaths of over 200 Japanese sailors due to the destruction of nearby the Kiska. On the 11th of May, 1943, Operation Landcrab was set to recapture Attu. Shortages of landing craft as well as harsh terrain made it quite difficult for the Americans to set afoot, causing a lot of frostbite to occur. Colonel Yasuyo Yamasaki of the Japanese began keeping his troops on the high ground far off the shore, resulting in a bloody battle of over 549 American deaths, as well as 1,148 injuries. Yamasaki, seeing the onslaught of Americans, made a major banzai charge, resulting in the Japanese pushing too deep into the American front, causing over 2,351 Japanese deaths, as well as an American victory. For Kiska Island, on the 15th of August of 1943, a massive invasion force of 34,400 Canadian and American troops landed on Kiska. The Canadian Air Force was also deployed along, killing at least 1 Japanese plane. The American/Canadian forces, however, were shocked to find the island completely abandoned. The Japanese previously removed themselves in the fog on the 28th of July. Funny enough, 313 Allied deaths occurred, mainly due to the terrain as well as weather and Allied fire. All in all, the Aleutian Islands campaign was small, yet extremely unique in being the only battle in the Americas for the entirety of World War II. This is History Nuggets. Thank you for watching.